Hello everyone, this is Lying Figure, and today we're back here playing Silent Hill 4. So, if I remember correctly, we left off right here. And, basically I came back down here because I was going to save the game. Anyways, so let's head back upstairs, and we have a puzzle to do. And we can read all this again. Actually, I can look at this because I had to replay the game back, not the whole game, but just since my previous save up to here. Because I had a weird bug where I was locked out of this area by way of the door I had already unlocked, and there was no way for me to get back up, which was really unfortunate. Anyways, that is of no worry, because we're going to do this puzzle now, and it's all okay. And I remember all these notes, and I covered them all in the last episode, so I'm just going to grab them real quick. Anyway, so there's one solution. Well, there's a few solutions to this puzzle. Basically, what you have to do, if you remember the notes, is line up the lights and bloody beds. And so let's see if we can find a bloody bed. I believe that's a bloody bed. I can't tell. I mean, it's somewhat bloody on the floor. That's a bloody bed, actually. So we need to line up all the bloody beds, which means basically we have to turn things just right. And thankfully I do remember the solution from my first 2 times playing this game. It's actually really simple, but we're going to make it a little more complicated and turn it right once, right off the bat. And that is because... Oh, we'll let this guy free. Anyways, we are going to just turn it right once for now. There are other things to do. Like turn this one, the second floor machine, to turn it either right or left 4 times. It doesn't matter. There's only so many positions. I believe it's 8. And so it doesn't matter which direction you turn it, as long as you turn it 4 times in that direction. So we're just going to turn it right 4 times. And this won't solve the puzzle because I still need to turn the upstairs one more time. But because we turned it once, we'll be able to go down here. Go upstairs to the 3rd floor. And, oh, a cutscene.
Anymore. When we stay take me inside. Make me stay in there. God, please. Good God, let me out of here. I'm trying to die in here. Make me stay in there, Walt. Walter, I'm telling you, stay down. Walk away.
Who is that boy? And who are you?
His name's Walter. Walter Sullivan. I used to work at the orphanage watching the kids. I'm Andrew DeSalvo. They tried to make it seem like an orphanage, but according to that town's holy scriptures, it was actually the center of their religion. And that kid Walter, he was really into that mumbo jumbo. Especially that descent of the Holy Mother business. Oh, it's scary. Oh, God. Oh my God. Oh, my God. Oh, my God.
So that is a bit odd. But anyways, let's ignore that strange phenomenon for now. And let's head back upstairs. Because as I was saying, we need to go to the 3rd floor to grab an item, which I unlocked by turning it once to the right. Anyways, something's not adding up because we heard on the radio these murders are like the Walter Sullivan case. And if that little boy is Walter Sullivan, I have some suspicions about, a little boy being a murderer. A serial murderer, that. So, something's not quite right in the town of Silent Hill. Although that's, That's kind of a given, being that it is Silent Hill. I don't remember which room it's in, but I'll find it. Hi, Twin Victim. Please leave me be. Alright. No, don't jump down. I can't remember exactly where this gun is. In fact, I think maybe turning the second floor might have messed it up a little bit. Now it will look like I'm sleeping. Huh? With those footsteps? I wonder if they saw me. That's just some clothes here. Yeah, I think by turning the second floor I might have messed it up a bit. Well, there were some pistol bullets here, so it was worth it either way. I still got some supplies, and that's what matters. Yeah, so it doesn't look like I was able to get the right room, unless it's in this one. No. We already read that book. So, that's okay. We will just head back down, and let's check the second floor anyways, just to be sure. We read this. Let me turn down my headset a bit, it's pretty loud for me. Okay. Nope. So, if it's not in one of these rooms, then we know. I won't spend the time to go and get it. It's just a little weapon that we can get. I think we might be able to get it later too. It's a stun gun, which is really powerful, but it's so slow, I don't know if it's even worth grabbing. Gotta beat those toadstools down. And it's not in here. I think there might be one. Check. Nope. Okay, well, I wasted a couple minutes, but that's okay. We got pistol ammo, which will come in very handy later, so I'm not bummed about that. Let's head back to the machine and turn the third floor one more time to the right, and we should be good to go. Well, go where we need to go. The door's right here. So we need to head back up the ladder. And wait a second, I want to mention something about these. I mentioned before that these toadstools first show up in the prison because a lot of them look like they've got a big head on the end of it, so it's kind of like big eyes with the cord in the back watching you, watching the children who live in the prison. But another suggested piece of symbolism that might be related that I've read is that it could represent an umbilical cord, which would make sense considering the theme of Walter's maternity, basically, motherhood. So it could make sense that it's an umbilical cord. Which is a pretty interesting interpretation. Anyways, let's head all the way back up. And we'll see one more to the right, and this should work. Now let me check my map, because you can see right here, there are these little blue circles, and what these tell you is if the water is getting all the way downstairs to the generator. So if there's a little blue circle and it's not just empty, it means that it's flowing correctly. So that's, all these are right. These, almost right. And we're missing a couple here. Interesting. Alright, so I'm going to figure this out real quick. If it takes too long, I will cut the video. Okay, and we're back. So I figured out, it's only been a minute or two, but I cut it anyways because I was quiet the whole time. I actually do have it lined up, and all I have to do is go jump through those holes. Apparently I don't need the water. That was just something that we had to do earlier, which I guess I did by accident, or something like that. I'm not sure what is going on with that. But anyways, now we have to run back to this third floor and jump in the hole in the bloody bed room. And it should all be lined up, and that should take us to the little interrogation room. If all goes well, which I believe it will. This is by far the most confusing area of any Silent Hill game, and if you search Water Prison, you will see just how hated it is. I think it's a cool area. I can see the frustration. I can see why it's so frustrating to so many people. So, not the bloody bed. It has to be in the shape of a human. On the bed. So, it's going to be one of these rooms with holes up here. And it's not this one. So it must be the next one. Yep, you can see the shape of the human on the bed there. So, let's cross our fingers and hop down these holes. One bloody bed, that's 2 bloody beds. And if all goes well, this is a 3rd. Excellent. So let's jump in again. And we will end up here, wherever here happens to be. It's not the shower room where we were before. There's a plate on the door. Remove the plate. So we got the watchfulness placard. Cool. It shows an eye and says watchfulness. That, of course, is in reference to all the kids being watched inside this prison. And let's check out this room a little bit before we go anywhere. Oh, don't beat me up. Okay, interesting. So, oops, my bad. Let's actually run over here and try and open this door. Okay. Can we open this? Yep. Okay, so we unlock that door for ourselves. So we have a quick way back. I'm just gonna tank through these guys because we're going back to the apartment soon. And so, I remember this code because it's the our room number, 302, so it's 0302. Perfect. Okay, so we're back at our apartment here, and obviously that was Andrew DeSalvo. Well, I don't think I've explained his name before, but that is his name. The man that we let loose, and ended up dying, and just like he was saying to Walter, something about he'll kill me, something like that. And of course he has the numbers 18121, just like 16121 and 17121. So something with these numbers, and at least the first 2 numbers, is not quite right. Anyways, let's actually look out the window. I want to point out something. No, I don't want to. I want to look outside of it. So there's we already called the bar Southfield right over there, and we got a funny ghost message. That was early on. Lore play. Whoa, that guy's jamming out. Look at him go. What a cool dude. Oh, just sit down. Yeah. It's okay. Act like it didn't happen. And anyway, there's a Hotel South Ashfield right over there, which I don't think I pointed out before. I almost said knocked out, which is strange. Anyways, just keep that in mind. So I'll head back out here, and there's a very loud noise coming from my bathroom. But let's ignore it and not care about it for now. And let's take a look at Eileen and peep on her. She is reading something. Riveting. And the TV is still going absolutely nuts. And nothing else to see really. Let's go ahead and put our ammo back. Well, store our ammo. I don't think we'll really need much. At least until the latter half of the game. And we'll see there's 2 new notes on the door. Let's take a look outside. It's Frank. And let's count these up here. 8, 16, 17, 18. So now there's 18 bloody handprints. Something is not right. So let's read these notes. There's a scrap of red paper stuck in here. Lately I've been feeling like my life is in serious danger. I've been through a lot in my life, but I've never felt this kind of pure animal fear. In case something happens to me, I've decided to write down what I've learned from whoever you are that's living in the apartment now. I've been investigating the mass murder that took place 7 years ago in which 10 people were killed in 10 days. They were killed in a variety of ways, but the one thing they had in common was that each corpse had the following numbers in order of their deaths carved into them. 11, 21, 21, 121, 01, 121. Sorry, I was struggling with that. 02121 and so on, all the way up to 10, 121. The name of their killer, it was carved in as well. His name was Walter Sullivan. So I kind of sped through that note because we read it in the last part, I think. But because I had to play up to this again, I didn't see it. Anyways, we got a new note here. I found something that's extremely effective against the ghosts. It saved my life. It was stuck into the huge rock in the woods near the orphanage. It's a sword blade with a handmade triangle-shaped wooden handle that has some kind of spell written on it. As a weapon, it's heavy and hard to carry, but somehow it seems to change in response to the ghost victim's power. Strike when the sword is energized. If you don't reduce their power, your attacks will be repelled. As far as I know, there are only 5 swords in existence with that kind of power. It's extremely valuable. July 23rd. So that's something to combat the ghosts. Let's save our game really quickly. I'll go ahead and erase the save. Excellent. So, let's go check out the loud running water notes from our bathroom. It can't be good. Probably got some plumbing issues. Oh. We've got a really big plumbing issue. Oh, and also a blood issue. Blood. It's stained with blood. It smells horrible. Just like that water-filled room under the cylindrical prison. Excuse me while I shift around on my chair. And that's all Henry has to say about that. Well, I hear some crying through the hole. The hole's even bigger now. There's a lot of noise coming from the inside of the hole. Will you go in? Why not? Let's try it out. I've already seen this cutscene, so I'll just skip it. Okay, so now we're in a new world. Oh, Henry's shadow just appeared. Wow, look at that. I think we're on Tatooine now, and there's one sun on each side of us. Interesting. There's a hole back here we can crawl into. And that's a really cool little staircase cut off with an open door with a bright light. I think that looks really cool. Visually, it's awesome. And there's another appearing shadow. And what is going on with my... Oh, it's because I'm hitting tab. It's trying to readjust. I believe if we look up right here, we can see, I'm not sure how to look up. If you look up right here, you can see certain enemies jumping across the top of this building, but I don't think you have a look up option on the PC, even with the camera view button tab, just like in Silent Hill 2 and 3. I don't think it works correctly. Oh, I thought it was a cutscene. There's some odd monkey noises going on. And, as I said, what's a car doing here? Yeah, how to get up here. Like I said before, Silent Hill 4 is the most blatant animal noises. Obviously, those are some monkey noises. And I gotta turn them down headset, because those are obnoxiously loud. But I really like the visual design of this world. The water prison is a cool concept, kind of boring design. The building world, pretty cool concept, really well pulled off visually. You can see the blackness over there, so it's not really sky, it's not really night, it's just kind of a weird dream world where the parts you're not meant to see are just not there, really. It's an interesting approach, for sure. And here's our newest enemy. This thing is called the Gumhead, and we're gonna beat it to death. And there's actually two versions of the Gumhead. This is the old version. There's an old and a new one. And you can tell by how saggy and gray this one that it's old. And when we see the new one, you'll be able to contrast. But as soon as we kill this thing, we'll be able to talk about it. So Gumheads are essentially representative of Walter and how he views humans. Basically because Walter is misanthropic, you know, he hates humanity. He doesn't like humans, that's why he's capable of committing murder. It's because he doesn't really see them as people. And there's even some ideas that maybe this is what Walter sees in place of people, is this weird monstrous thing. And there's a few different things that reflect this, but the main one is basically, they look like humans, you know, they have a human-like bipedal shape and so on. Humanoid shape, they walk on 2 feet, you know, they're bipedal. And they have one head and another head coming out in front of them, sort of growing in their chest, right above their, or in front of their neck. And a lot of people speculate on what this could mean. My favorite theory, and I think the most substantiated by other evidence, is that they are self-obsessed, self-absorbed, greedy things, greedy creatures, which is how Walter views people. Because it has a face growing up, and we only see the back of its head, but if you look, there's no good pictures of it, really. You have to use a cam hack to get them, and it really is only able to be seen in videos, but you can see that the front half that is facing their face has a face as if they're kind of like a mirror and staring into their own face. You know, the narcissist, you know, vanity kind of idea. And also the self-absorbed, greedy idea is backed up by the fact that these enemies will actually steal your weapons. So if you have a pipe or a golf club like I have, they can actually grab you a certain way and steal your weapon, and once you kill them, you'll get it back. But essentially, they're really corrupt things. They make monkey noises and sort of animal growls, and they have a, you know, they have that humanoid shape, but it resembles more of a chimpanzee or a gorilla than a real human body, because, well, they're primates like humans are. Sort of Walter doesn't see them as fully human, he sees them as lesser life forms. He sees people as lesser life forms, basically. So that explains the Gumhead. I'll show you the old picture, I think I already have, but the newer ones I'll show you when we find one. And they seem to have some sort of communication, they work in tandem, because they will attack you together.
Ouch!
the hell am I? You're a real person. Hey, you're the guy that lives across from me.
Yeah, my name's Henry.
I'm Richard Braintree, from 207. What the hell's happened to us? That hole in this freaky world. But if you're here too, then there must be something wrong with the whole apartment building. That must explain what happened to that other guy too.
What other guy?
The guy who lived in 302 before you. A journalist. He disappeared one day. He got pretty crazy towards the end. Shut himself up in his room and wouldn't come out. Anyway, I'm getting the hell out of here. You should too, if you know what's good for you.
Wait. Watch out for that kid.
Huh.
Okay, so we just met the man who I pointed out earlier across from us, Richard Braintree. I've seen this sign before, but even so, where am I? So this is the one that says Hotel South Ashfield, which is the hotel sign I was pointing out earlier, and we're gonna see if we can get past these guys without fighting. And they're both old, so not new. Locked, and there's a creepy sound coming from in here. What's going on? It's a spider's web. There's a birthday cake and champagne here. Oh, hey, buddy. Wow, you don't look so good. There's a weird sword stuck in his stomach, and he's holding something in his hand. Let's grab the item he has in his hand. He's got the ghost key. Alright. The key that the ghost was holding. And there's also a sword here. Let's not take it, because this is the sword they were talking about in the note we found earlier. And it seems to pin them down and keep them away. And if we grab it, he's going to follow us. So let's not do that. Let's just leave this guy to suffer. Tremors. So I was actually informed that, well, I found it while I was reading about them earlier, is that there's two types of tremors. One is, they're both kind of silverish, but one has a more blue tint, and one has a more red tint. And like I said before, when colors are that close and mixed together, I think I mentioned this in a different wordplay, but I've got a condition called protanopia. I can't tell colors apart very well. It's a form of color blindness. It's genetic. So if I never point that out, that is my reason why. Is because from the pictures I couldn't tell the difference at all. This is a cool picture. We can't see all of it though. There's actually no way to lift the camera. From what I've been... Oh. That was rude of him to cut me off like that. Anyways, let's explore this place a bit. I don't know if I mentioned it yet, but this is called the Building World, which is a pretty cool world. That's a strange noise. And I really do like the Building World. If I remember, it's pretty short, but it's one of my favorites. There's a little storage room or something here. What the hell? Something reeks. Something reeks in here. Well, I'll tell you what doesn't reek. Instead of reeking, it rocks. What a funny joke that was. I should probably commit suicide. We found some pistol bullets, and that's pretty cool. Anyways, let's head through this door. It seems to be our only way. And actually, let's see, can we grab this? They're all bent and broken. Nope. So these are all useless to us. Sports and sports supplies, nothing particularly interesting. Filled with volleyballs. Here's a baseball bat, an aluminum bat. Excellent. This will come in handy. Oh, this bat is made out of plastic. It's totally useless as a weapon. Shelf is about to fall apart. Nothing interesting about it, though. Well, we're in the sporting goods store, then. Did we come from this door? Yeah, we did. Well, let's head back to our apartment and save the game. And see if there's any new notes or anything going on. We'll have our standard waking up cutscene. And let's check for some notes and see what Eileen's doing, then save the game. No notes over here. And nothing really over there. And Eileen is nowhere to be found. So I'm going to save the game. Now wait a second. I swear I could hear some speaking. Just wait a second here.
How's it going with room 302?
Well, I just tried to open it up, but it looks like something's blocking it from the inside.
Huh.
Anyway, it's not the first time.
You mean the guy who lived here before?
And it wasn't just him either. There's something wrong with his whole apartment.
Don't say that. You're scaring me.
Well, anyway, I just slipped a note under his door. Don't worry about it too much. There are a lot of strange things in this world. The umbilical cord I keep in a box in my room. Lately, it's started to smell terrible.
Huh? Umbilical cord?
Oh, well, forget I said anything.
But still. Those noises.
I really like that cutscene. It's Frank Sunderland is. This is something I don't know if I touched on before. We'll read this note in a second. I don't know if I touched on it before, but I find it hilarious that, you know, James Sunderland, he leaves his car door open haphazardly. He doesn't park right. He reaches in the toilet for a wallet without even rolling up his sleeve. He jumps in holes that he can not see the bottom of, not just once, but 5 or 6 times. He does all these ridiculous and bizarre things. And it's just funny to see that Frank also does the same things. His dad also does the same things, like just finding some umbilical cord and putting it in a box and keeping it for years. I guess it just runs in the family to make odd decisions. Anyways, let's check out this note. It's stained with blood and I can't read it. Oh. Cool, I guess. Anyways, I'm going to save the game again. And I think this is probably a good place to end for this episode. Yeah, considering it looks to be about 40 minutes now. So this is a good place to end for this episode. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope you have a good day or night wherever you are. And take care.